Alright boys, I am peer pressuring everybody to play the new Age of Empires expansion. This is a game that I recently did, where I was playing the Knights Templar, and my opponent was the new House Lancaster. This is a good example of both civilizations. It's a short game too, so I'm not going to sit here and keep everyone hostage listening to me for an hour. But we're starting out scouting, trying to find sheep. And my opponent is just starting out going straight for gold. He has 6 villagers on sheep. House Lancaster, they have a bonus where they collect sheep faster than other civilizations. I'm still learning how to play this, so this is not a good example of high-level play or even good gameplay. So keep that in mind, but it's fun. I had fun. This was a good match. House Lancaster is known for booming, so they build manors, and those manors generate resources over time. And then they're an English variant, so they have their own version of longbowmen called yeomen. Knights Templar, though, however, they are very unique in that you pick an alliance every time you age up, and when you do that, you get access to new units, and each alliance gives you a bonus. Now I can't see the alliances, I don't know why. Oh, there you go, you have to press T to do it while you're in observer mode, but each time you age up, you pick a unit, or an alliance, and it gives you bonuses. Also, you don't build landmarks. Their keeps, or their fortresses, I should say, act as landmarks. So I'm going here, standard. I believe if you look, see, I'll switch it over to number of villagers. I went standard 8 on food, 3 on gold. Still learning how to do this. There's another game where I went 2 TCs, and you get a second TC by 5 minutes by playing that build order, which is pretty good. It allows you to boom up. But I'm out here, my scout's out, taking sheep. Lancaster scouts also out there looking for sheep. Those are really important to him because that's, again, they get a bonus from it, so it just boosts their food gathering rate. I went for the Knights Hospitaller. I figured since he is playing House Lancaster, he's probably gonna either want to boom up and not build any units whatsoever, or he'll build spears and longbowmen, or yeomen in their case. So I figured the Knights Hospitaller, they give you healing, plus it acts as kind of like an early man-at-arms, not quite as strong as the early man-at-arms that the English or the Holy Roman Empire get, but the healing, I think I was going to need it if I was going to do some raiding. Now I think by this time, yeah, so he's starting to fish. I didn't want to plan on fish whatsoever. I figured I would do that later. The Knights Templar are actually really good at gathering wood, which means they would probably be a really good fishing civilization. I just didn't think about it because I don't play water maps very often. But I immediately drop a barracks because I want to play pressure onto him, because if he's going to boom, I can't let him outboom me. He is building Lancaster Castle, which, if you look here, it can muster units in each age, and it generates influence that grants nearby manors plus 500 health and an arrow slit, which means all of their manors turn into little mini towers. He built it at the back of his base, however. His gold is very forward facing. Mine is 2. So that's why I put my production buildings up front. I feel like I wanted to leave room for farms. Also, the Knights Templar, they have this technology called Safe Passage. They spawn pilgrims. So I've chosen to go over here. That means every 60 seconds I'm going to send a pilgrim. And if he gets to this sacred site, he gives me gold. And I think Depends on the distance traveled, but I think I was getting like 100 gold per trip. We look see here, the Hospitaller Knight, he has 140 health, which is pretty good. 2 melee armor and 1 ranged armor. 1 ranged armor isn't great, so I decided to build Horseman as well. I figured if he's going to go Yeoman and Spears to defend, then I will need to have Horseman to deal with the Yeoman, and I will need the Knight's Hospitaller to deal with the Spears, plus heal up anybody that survives. My first Pilgrim's going out, and you can see he's making 99 gold per trip. I left 4 villagers here because I want to get these Hospitaller Knights out there. And then I saw he was fishing, so I'm sending dudes down here. My scout just caught that he was fishing, and I figure I'm going to go mess with that. So I just send everybody down there. I'm expecting either Yeoman or Spears, that's why I send everybody. He's building an archery range, so my spider sense, even though I didn't see this, my spider sense was tingling, and I figured one or the other is coming. I got caught by a wolf because my unit control was kind of not good, and I'm just going to make more. Building houses, starting to gather stone because I want a second town center, because I know he's going to outboom me, especially now that he has fishing fleet plus he's building manors. But he hasn't, I didn't know this at the time, he hasn't built a manor yet. He just has yeomen. So I figure if I can deny this food source, that would be amazing. If you look here, when you're attacking buildings, you do torch damage. So you do 13 damage every time they throw their torch. And I figured let's top this guy off because he's gonna answer it. And he did. He threw down a stables, and he's throwing down another archery range. So he's just gathering his dudes here. These yeomans, if you look, 5 damage, 6 range, and they get +5 versus light melee. I'm not building light melee because I figured yeoman would wreck me. So I'm going straight. That's why I picked Hospitaller Knights. He built a galley to defend this, and I knew I wasn't gonna defeat this galley because the galley can just safely sit on the water and shoot me. So I figured let's go for the gold. You see, I sent my other horseman up here, and I've driven him off gold. I got 2 villagers. He responded with some Hobblar. Those are the House Lancaster horsemen. You see, they have less HP than a normal horseman, but they have more ranged armor. And they only do 7 damage, whereas my guys do 9 damage. So the Hobblar, I don't know, I was trying to make Hobblar work in a few of my other games. I felt that they were kind of weak. I don't know, I just don't like them. They're very situational. I feel like you use those only for attacking archers. Because if you look, they get +7 to ranged and siege. Whereas a normal horseman, +9 to ranged and siege. It looks like he's prepping for a raid. He's catching... So I'm just raiding in and out. I just want to deny him gold. He is putting his guys into a position where he can... I think he's suspecting I have pilgrims coming this way. And then here I'm just like, you know what? I need more houses because... I don't know. Something about the Knights Templar. I find myself... Oh, he saw that, but then he missed stopping it. I don't know, something about the Knights Templar, I just forget to build houses, I don't know why. There were a couple games where I supply block myself. But he decides to go straight through my front door. I guess he figured if I'm going to his front door and knocking on it, maybe he should do the same. The thing is though, he has not built any manors, which is weird to me. I did put 2 archers on his stone to prevent the gathering of stone, and that's probably why he hasn't built manors, because I'm just doing pretty decent job of denying him gold. I've held him to less than 600 gold for this match. He's just sitting on 275 gold that he hasn't spent yet. And then he's just trying to amass men. He wants manpower. He goes up, he tries to raid. I have my reinforcements, just deal with it. I left a couple guys behind in case he tries to raid again. I think I caught one of his sheep from his scouts. And then I overcommitted to stone here. So this is where I want a second TC plus a fortress. Just burning down his house because I'm trying to supply block him, but he straight up, he's built a lot of houses in the back, so. Yeah, he drops a barracks, he drops a blacksmith. I'm keeping these dudes here just so he can't get stone. No stone means no manners. He has some idle villagers, which is very not good. And I think because I kept all his focus on his front door, he wasn't paying attention. I run my dudes away because I need to reassess, but I got two. I'm paying attention to my base, trying to play SimCity, but my guys chase. I did lose that knight, Hospitaller. Yeah, I'm building. Figure he's committed to the Omen. Build more horsemen, more Hospitaller knights, and then I'm getting more archers into the mix because I figure I need to be able to answer those spearmen a little bit better. Because the Knights Hospitaller, in the very beginning, they only have one ranged armor. And I figure I haven't aged up yet. I need to deal better because the right now those yeomen are just dealing 4 damage per shot. Now he's trying to turtle up. He wants an outpost so that he can defend his gold. I brought my guys back because I think I wanted to get a bigger mob to march in. Also, I used all that stone that I saved to build a fortress up here. That way he can't deny me my pilgrims, because that's my biggest source of gold. Right now, I only have 4 dudes on gold. I have the first upgrade to give me faster gold from my mining, but I permanently wanted that for the stone. I ran out of sheep, and so I've moved out to the 2 deer packs. I figure since I'm containing him, I don't have to really worry about those Hobblar that came in to raid the first attempt. Plus, if he tries to come this way, hopefully my fortress catches him. And if he tries to come around to the right, a good player would build walls, but I'm not a good player. And I figure all my reinforcements are coming out this way, so might as well just... I'll catch him. Anyways, I bring in more sheep that I had out there. Because I have a fortress now, I produce more pilgrims. There's a technology you can get to give. First, when you unlock it, you start generating 1 pilgrim. And then from the headquarters, you get an upgrade that gives you 2 pilgrims. And then, for every fortress you build, you get an extra pilgrim. When you're playing the game, you'll see a little counter that shows how many you have, but up here it shows 1 fortress. So if you do the math, I'm getting 3 pilgrims. But like I anticipated, I caught the dudes that were trying to come up and around. He's just rallying through. I have enough arrows on this thing I can kill a single Hobblar as it goes through. So I saw that, and then he circles back around. I'm knocking on his front door again. This time I built ramps. I missed that part because I was explaining it. But he has a lot of spearmen. And my archers, he's trying to burn it down with his villagers. He actually sacrificed his villagers to my ramps. Because I just let the archers deal with that. If you look, see, my archers do 5 damage, 5 range. His guys do 6 damage because he has the arrow upgrade. 6 range. So he has extra range, but we do the same damage with upgrades. I don't have upgrades yet, though. And I figured I did damage. I've denied his gold. I've knocked down some houses. I thought I supply blocked him, but he had more in the back that I wasn't aware of. But he's down to 70, so he's almost done. And just as a final, just like insult, I knocked down his mining camp. So he has absolutely nothing on the front of his base. And he only has a single gold villager. Meanwhile, he tried to do a raid, and I killed everything. And he left some sheep in my base. Now, I did a very, very bad thing. I idled my town center. And then I figured since he's going so heavy on these archers, I will go Kingdom of Castile. Which gives you extra damage, and you regenerate health when you're near a sacred site. But it gives you a special unit, the Genitor, I think is what it's called. Now I'm trying to do a couple things. He's moving guys around, I'm expanding, I completely let all these guys sit idle, 22, which this is painful to watch because these guys aren't producing anything. So then I figured I'm going to move out, time to get some fish, so that my fishing fleet, he decides he's going to be cheeky and try to deny my gold. So he brings his guys up there. I actually lose a villager to this. I didn't run my guys back far enough. And then he decides he's going to run around. Try to just, if I'm not knocking on his front door, and I think this is what he's thinking. If I can get in his back line, he's not knocking on my front door, I can focus on my economy. But I happen to see this as my guys were defending, so I go and I just burn it down. I build 2 docks and I start queuing up fishing ships. Unfortunately, I queued up fishing ships on the first, but not the second dock. And then I figure if I'm converting to fishing, I need a bunch of wood. One unique bonus that the Knights Templar have, they don't have lumber camps. You don't drop off lumber. As soon as a villager chops wood, it's immediately deposited. So you see how this is constantly going up. Also, when they gather wood, 20% of their wood shows up as food. So you see how this is going up really fast, and this is going up just a little bit with every chop. So your your lumber gatherers are also food gatherers. So here I finally get off my backside, and I actually get both these docks working at the same time. A little imbalanced here. I got 3 on this one now, and I'm researching fishing nets or extended fishing lines to give my fishing ships 15% fishing speed, plus they carry more fish back home. And then I send a bunch of guys. I'm gonna get this sacred site, hold it. Plus, there's a gold here, and there's a market just in case he gets cheeky and tries to trade. So I'm feeling good. He's amassing dudes up here, which I haven't looked at. So I figured I beat him back. I need more production because in the very beginning I went with 1-1-1, which was 1 barracks, 1 stable, 1 archery range. I figured I need more dudes. I built a monastery because I want to start gathering these relics and sacred sites because he's not doing that. I figure I contained him, I slowed him down, I'm way ahead of him. Let's see what we can do. He starts to age up. He finally got enough gold to age up. That's why he was saving all his gold. And he's building the White Tower. This is basically a keep. Now for the English, you can build units out of the White Tower, but for House of Lancaster, it's just a keep. And I see why he made this decision, because he wants me to stop knocking on his door. Like I'm almost like a, salesman or something, just trying to get him to sign up for Windows or vinyl siding or something. But yeah, he's building this. He wants to secure his gold. He's building a palisade wall so that I can't come in on his side gold. He also has berries here just in case he wants to get in on that. and he's trying to start farming. I think this guy, he's laying farms like an English player. I think he's not. I don't think he's aware of manors because he hasn't built the first manor. He hasn't even mined the first gold. And I'm wondering if just all the pressure I put on him in the beginning, he just got tilted. But now I figure I have a mob. I built Templar Brothers, which is it's their version of a knight. Very similar to a knight, except it just has more hit points. And I believe they have an ability where they can do more charge damage for an upgrade. So I got the upgrade here, Treasure Towers, which means anything within this influence, monasteries, sacred sites, and pilgrims, give 20% gold extra. Like a noob, I'm just piling all my monks here instead of grabbing all the relics because I'm trying to kill this dude. I got these Genitor, which are really interesting. They have 4 base ranged armor, but they throw a javelin that does plus 10 damage to range units. So they're doing 15 damage to each of these yeomen. Now I realize I have no siege. I'm fighting under a white tower. He has an outpost. He has a bunch of yeomen. I could have probably killed all his men, but it would have been a terrible loss. I would have taken way more casualties than I did. So I figured I'm going to back off, let my Hospitaller Knights heal up. You can see now that they're veteran status, they actually have way better armor. They went from 1 to 3 base armor, and then I got the ranged armor upgrade because he has so many archers. Let's look, see here. He's doing 8 damage now. And they get bonuses versus light melee infantry and light gunpowder. I'm not using any of those units because I figured he's gonna hard counter me with that. So I figured don't do that. So right now he's doing 8. I have 4 range armor, so only 4 damage per volley. You can see I finally get off my my backside. I start taking relics, and I build an extra town center, and yeah, you see I just pick up 2 relics, taking them back to my home base. Now this was like one of my first games as the Knights Templar. This bonus right here increases gold generation of monasteries. If you put a relic inside of a monastery, it generates gold. We'll see that in just a minute. But each of these sacred sites, now that it has a fortress on it, means it's going to generate more than the normal 100 gold. So if you look here, you actually can't see the gold generation right now. But yeah, I got, so now, yeah, there we go. I have 159 gold per minute that I'm getting from these 2 relics. And I'm just building more houses. So now I have 2 barracks, 2 stables, 2 archery ranges. I'm just rallying all my dudes. I figured since he has the white tower, I dropped 2 siege workshops and I got 4 trebuchets. The cool thing about the trebuchet, oh, actually I have 6 trebuchets. The cool thing about their trebuchets is they fire 2 projectiles. So if you look, 25 plus 200 per building, so that's 450 every volley. See that mining camp? It just took, yeah, single volley, 450 HP. So you, I think, 2 shot? There's a wolf over here trying to eat my dudes because I decided to shift over to wood. So right now I have a bunch of food, I have a bunch of wood. That's really bad. I probably should have built more production buildings and just sent a giant mob. But I'm just going to defend this. I'm going to defend these. I'm going to lay siege. Just knock down that white tower. So now he doesn't have a defensive place to go. And now I'm just peppering his villagers with trebuchet shots. It's a bad day to be an Englishman right now. But yeah, I'm sending all my dudes in. I killed his front line, which were the spears, but like he just has so many projectiles coming at me that I didn't feel comfortable. And I believe at this point I'm like, I need mangonels because that'll wreck that blob of archers and crossbowmen. I'm still... I should have built way more production because like I can... Even though I have way more map control than him and so many more resources, I'm not spending them. And he's mustering an army that's almost the same size as mine. Because he has, if you look, 2 archery ranges, 2 barracks, 3 stables. And then he's dropping 3 siege workshops. He finally has manors, which is good. Let's look, see. So 60 food a minute, 45 gold, or stone, or wood per minute. So these are really good at and they just passively produce income for you. He mined out all this over here, so like okay, the mangonels are showing up. The AI will run after dudes. Well, some of your guys will run after the opponent, while others won't. I was very bad about not controlling my men. This is a very good game for me, I'm not gonna lie. But if you look with those extra projectiles, I have 6 trebuchets. All 6 of them firing take us down to roughly half health on this main telescope. Yeah, so I think I think the 6 trebuchets, it only takes 3 volleys. He tries to flank the trebuchets, and I'm like, oh no! So I pack up the trebuchets and I move them into the core of my army to try to cover them. Then I have the mangonels fire on his archers. Mangonels, they do 10 damage plus 10 versus range. And they do 3. They throw 3 stones at them, basically. So if you look, see here, all those guys just took damage. So I'm just kind of rallying my guys here. It's kind of chaotic. He sends a bunch of villagers to try to torch down these trebuchets. So I'm like, you know what? I'll let your guys chase my trebuchets, and then he gives up. So there you have it. I noobed it up. Thank you to my opponent for a good game. I learned a lot, so hopefully all the boys who aren't playing Age of Empires will start playing Age of Empires and we can have a grand old time.